Hey, this is talking about Necrons. I'm Godsmasher Bot. Okay, Brocoly 6. He wrote into me with a bit of a question. It was this. Godsmasher Bot, my friend plays Necrons. He doesn't care a shit of points. This is only a word of advice. His army is composed of 110 Necron warriors in 2000.75, but he also has 9 destroyers, 1 monolith, 1 Catan, 1 Necron lord. The whole point of his army is that it's based only on Necron warriors. The thing is, it will blow up anything in their way. I mean, a squad of 20 is already enough to blow up any vehicle. They will destroy any squad too. The probability that 80 Gauss shots destroy an Orc army is 90%. Have you worked this out, or are you just guessing? Probably worked it out, because it's kind of true. I don't know. No Imperial Guard, Tyranid, or Orcs can stand up against this army. Well, debatable. The only thing you should be careful of are Lehman Russ and Vindicators and Terminators, Large Blast, and even Terminators' power weapons and power... Well, I think it's meant to be power fists. But, okay. Think about this and answer me in 24 hours. I've kind of gone over the time limit here, but anyway. If you have an idea how to beat this army, smiley face. I subbed 2 from Brocoly. Actually, no, it says form broccoli. Okay. Other than your grammar, I've not a problem with you. So, listen up on how to beat your enemy or your friend's army. Because here goes. Just as you said, lots of Vindicators and power weapons and power fists are the way to go about this. Things with strength 8 or better, I think like Punishers, the Lehman Rush Punishers, are quite good for this. Lots of plasma weapons and melter weapons and melter bombs and such. And lots of power weapons. This is the way to beat the army. Okay. Lots of warriors means lots of shots. They're not very good in combat though. So if you go to combat with them, then you're disabling that unit's shots for until they're dead in combat. Which they will die because they're like initiative 2, so you get all your attacks before them. And if they're power weapons, they're going to die easily because they don't get Will Be Back against them. Will Be Back doesn't get to happen if the model is killed by anything which is like a power weapon, which doesn't allow an arm saving combat, or is double its toughness, double the unit's toughness, or model's toughness, or whatever. The general unit toughness. So that's how you take them down. Lots of blast weapons, lots of power fists to take them down in combat. Taking them down in combat is the way to do this with the Necron warriors, because that way you're not getting shot up every turn. Big blast weapons should take them out pretty easily. Orbital bombardment, quite good. Destroyers now. Now these are going to be hell. I mean, 9 destroyers, that's 27 strength 6 AP4 shots. Ouch! My god, they are the shit. My god. These guys, take them in combat, then they'll be easy. Combat them, they'll be easy. Shoot them down, they'll be a bit harder because they're toughness 5. Spread out, they'll be easier to kill because they'll be smaller squads. So yeah, combat them from cover, or deep strike onto them or something, like near them. That way you can assault properly with lightning claws and such. And power fists, and dreadnoughts, and whatever you have, combat them. Things that are generally shooty, combat them. Things that aren't generally shooty, like the Necron Lord, shoot them. Okay, speaking of the Necron Lord, we go on to him now. Okay, his Resurrection Orb is going to be quite a bit here. His Resurrection Orb is going to keep a lot of things alive. If he groups him with the right things, or if he gives him the right war gear, then he's going to be damn near impossible to take down in combat. Out of combat, though, especially if he's left on his own, like to reach the most amount of things with his Resurrection Orb, then he's going to be easier to take down. If you can shoot him right, get a blast weapon on top of him, then he should go down really easy. Don't go to combat with him, because he's toughness and strength 5. He may have initiative 4, so it'll be a bit slower than your proper melee units. If you go to melee with him, make sure you have like a dedicated melee squad. For example, in Eldar, you have your Striking Scorpions and your Banshees and such. They're quite good for this. He's not the best specialist at close combat, but he does have a few nasty war gear pieces which are going to help. If he uses Veil of Darkness, then he's going to be warping about the place, protecting the things that are going to get blasted, and so would be a lot more hard to take to combat, because you can just move and deep strike and stuff. Catan are going to be your hardest thing to take down, other than the millions of Necron warriors, obviously. But anyway, Catan, they have toughness 8, 4+ invulnerable save, and 5 wounds. Okay, if you use like monstrous creatures with tyrannies and such, then that's probably the way to take them down. It's going to take a while, but you're going to kill them eventually with something like that. I'd say Hive Tyrant's a better choice than the regular Carnifex, because the Carnifex is only like initiative 1. Not so good, but then it's very powerful and strong and stuff. Awesome weapons against it. Use your best weapons, focus fire properly, and you should be able to take them down. Once they reduce to 0 wounds, then they won't get back up, so you don't have to worry about them again. But whichever one he takes, he's going to be quite near unstoppable. So, yeah. Lastly, the Monolith. If he brings lots through reserves, then he's going to be able to kill you quite easily. The way to take out those masses of reserves, if he does this, because if he does take a lot through reserves, then that's a good thing. Because if they don't come through the Monolith, they can't come through at all, and thus they count as being dead, and count to phase out. I reckon phase out for this army is like 30, because you've got like 120 units with the Necron special rule. So, yeah. Take it out before anything comes through the reserves, and they're gone. Easy. You should easily hit phase out if he takes most of them through. Okay, the way you want to do it is use ordnance weapons, because monstrous creatures and other things don't get their extra dice against it, and so it's harder to take down that way. So basically, for the entire army, use high strength things, lots of blasts, lots of power weapons. Combat the things which are shooty, and shoot the things which aren't combatty, if that makes sense. That's pretty much answered your question, I reckon. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next time, but I really hope I get an army together like this, because that's a surefire strategy, I reckon. Okay, I shall see you next time. Brocoly 6, peace out.